Al Kukui, Tony Ferguson, legendary mixed martial artist, former UFC interim lightweight champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Tony? I'm Chester. Thank you for this interview. And my first question is, if you win this fight, and besides the upcoming new
No,
champ,
not if I win this fight. When I win this
okay,
fight, you got to, yeah. You got to
yeah,
correct
you
that
gotta
one.
win this fight, right? So besides
No, there's no guessing in it. What we did is we squashed numbers. Last year we didn't put in half of the numbers that we should have put in this year, and I already quadrupled, quintupled that number from last year. And we started sparring again too, and that's a big difference in this camp that we had from the last one. That was gonna be your next question.
Yeah, so after this fight, besides the upcoming new champions, so who do you want to fight the most in the lightweight division?
Who do I want to fight the most in the lightweight division? Khabib Nurmagomedov. Fucking Uncle Fathead for Tiramisu Tuesdays. Today's Tuesday, by the way. Just letting you know that. So just in case everybody forgot, I haven't forgotten about that asshole. Got lots of respect for everybody else in the division, but him and McNuggets, those guys are a bunch of pussies. So when it comes down to it, the guy that signed on the dotted line is Beneil Dariush at UFC 262. We're gonna have a battle, baby.
Okay, so you still want to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov, right?
Well, I mean, obviously he's going to bring a better game opponent out of me, but you know what? If he wants to run away, we already know that he's kind of at a loss for words and loss for things for that. So what we're going to do is we're not going to go after him too much more. We'll go after the rest of his team.
You know, there's a lot of fans regarding you the only hope to defeat Khabib in the lightweight division, and it's a great pity that Khabib retirement and
We have beat him. I already beat him so many times. He fucking quit at UFC 209. His manager made a phone call after they saw me practicing over at a boxing ring. They made a phone call to Khabib and they said basically, don't show up, you son of a bitch, because this guy, little Mexican dude's gonna fuck you up. Pardon my language, but straight up. Every single time we got close to that dude, I called him out on it. I'm very well good at reading people, and that kid just doesn't have it. He's a silver spoon fed dude. He's had everything handed to him. Half of his records are like, what, 2 rounds? Professional mixed martial arts, in order to be a professional fight, you need to have a sanctioned 3-round fight. And in half of his battles, he only had 2-round battles over in Dagestan. Now, nothing against him, but that's a fluffy record, man. All my fights have been battles, they've been wars, they've been won inside the octagon. And that kid, I'm the only one that ever beat him. I want to be real. I made him quit without even fighting him. That pussy, pardon my language, but he's a bitch. The only people that are real out here are the ones that are signing on a dotted line.
So we've seen you starting training with legendary boxing coach Freddie Rhodes recently. And is that means that your fight style or your game plan will greatly change it? Or just
Absolutely
another
not.
weapons to your snapjutsu?
No. I've always been a good boxer. You guys have to understand that, but I never really put the numbers in. When you put the numbers in, you actually can get something done. Yeah. The last couple of fights that I had, my trainers and my training partners disappeared. COVID caught everybody off guard. So what I ended up having to do was try to put teams together last minute. Didn't end up working out. This time I took my time. I got some really good people that have some belts behind them and they have fights behind them and they understand the fight game. I even brought back my wrestling coach from college. And even going to wild card, I learned more from my peers and the trainers as a whole, not just from one person. You have to understand that. As fans, everybody wants to give credit to a certain trainer or a certain coach just for bringing an athlete out of a certain thing. It's not one fucking coach. It's not one trainer. It's not one training partner. What it is, I got my head out of my ass. I fucking put the numbers together and I fucking made everything work. Just like a captain of a team and just like how Coach Brock told me from Team Lesnar. I got a hold of all my coaches, started researching the things I really needed to do and got back in the fight game. Have you ever like got bored of something so much that you never wanted to do it? That's how it was last year for me. When I was fighting Gaethje, I went through all of that hell to make sure that everybody could understand how fucking tough we are as a human race and how to push forward no matter what. So you guys got to show, man. So you guys need to fucking see like, oh, Tony, you changed your game. You did this and that. No, motherfuckers, what I did is I'm ready now. I don't have to worry about bringing people back from a pandemic. I don't have to worry about getting sports back on. I don't have to worry about anything else besides going out there getting that victory. That sounds a hell of a lot better to me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, saving the world is fun and shit, but I'm going to be real. My business was the only one that did not close down during the pandemic. April 18th, I made weight. Nobody else made weight. I stayed open for business. It was the only sport that was going on in the event on April 18th, and that led to the leeway of getting a fight made. Yeah, Donald Trump throwing the name to UFC president Dana White and relaying it to me saying, hey, we need to get sports back on. We need to get this stuff going on. And we did, man.
Yeah. So you talk about your coach, right? So what about Eddie Bravo? Eddie Bravo said that it's a mistake for him to coach you during the fight with Justin Gaethje. But this time it seemed to be a very right time for Eddie to show up again in the corner, right? Since
Eddie's not in my corner. Eddie is not in my corner.
Not in your corner?
No, he's not in my corner. He hasn't been. Okay. He won't take any more COVID tests. Like, I have to respect that. And you know what? He had to do his own thing for himself and his family and a lot of other people. And the same thing for my coaches. I did what I had to do. They got paid. They got to save their academies. They got to save their houses. They got to pay bills because I ended up going to work. Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. I get to go out and take care of my own business and not have to worry about anybody else besides going out there and taking care of my team that's taking care of me. I used to take all my energy and worry about everybody else, sir. Right. I'm not going to do that no more.
Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira have some similarity, like their kickboxing game and their jiu-jitsu grappling. So what do you think of these two, your opponents?
Oh, man. Beneil's a very game opponent. He's got a very tough coach in Cordero. I think there's a little bit of arrogance in what they have over there. They think they're indestructible. You know, they think that they're really on top of the world. And I've trained Kelvin over there, and then, you know, they can emulate as much as they want and try to be in shape, and they can do that. But nobody's going to put in the amount of work that I have. And it's very structured, sir. I come from a college background, and I don't have to say too much, but I'm very coachable, and I've got everything good, man. I feel really good in a good place. Yeah. And I got rid of a lot of toxic people that were around me, bringing me down. How about that?
Okay. I want to ask you that you're still practicing Wing Chun.
Yes, I practice Wing Chun very much. I love Wing Chun. I've actually, one of my buddies, Ben Saunders. Yeah, man, I love it. It's something I can enjoy. I love it. It's peaceful and it's fun, dude. Like when I first moved to Orange County, I bought a Wing Chun dummy. Yeah. And I fell in love with it, man. I didn't have a lot of money, but I went on Craigslist and I got a dummy, and I met the guy, and he's like, you know how to use this? I said, yeah, I'm going to figure it out. And there we go. I went to work. Yeah, because it's been a cool thing, man.
Yeah, the wooden dummy can train you the striking angle.
I love the angles. I love the conditioning on the forearms. I love the creativity that I can use with it. And plus, it's different, man. You know, like a piece of brick, you know, brick don't hit back, all the sayings and stuff. But in reality, when you respect the wooden dummy, it'll respect you too. It'll give you a good training.
Yeah, because you know, Wing Chun is come from China, so many you got a lot of Chinese fans because you're practicing Chinese martial arts here.
I love martial arts as a whole. I come my background. I'm Mexican American, and it's different. When back in the day when you had a lot of the dynasties and how like a lot of weapons were made from a lot of the farming. I have a lot of respect for martial arts, man, and it's really cool to see how far it comes back in. I'm able to actually apply it.
Yeah, and all of them are just a part of your snap jutsu.
Yes, I try. Well, in making it a part of my own. I come from a wrestling background, so I'm always used to being able to use my hands and my feet to trip and to strike, you know. But it's different. We wouldn't be able to attack too much in wrestling, so I had to learn how to be able to use it passively. And it's hard to attack in Wing Chun. It's self-defense. It's you know what I mean? It's hard to move forward with that. But being able to apply it and then to adapt whatever happens at that time and moment, and if you practice enough, everything works out. It's awesome.
Yes. So next, let's talk about the title fight. So what's your prediction to this fight? Your predictions, it seems to be always right.
Prediction, double knockout. I hope they knock each other the fuck out and the title goes to me.
Double knockout.
I don't really care. I'm gonna be real. I know that they're gonna have a good fight. I'm not really worried about anybody else's, sir. I'm more concerned about my team and myself. Just making sure we have fun this week and we get smashed, man. That's the reality of it.
It seems that you're really relaxed. And last year you gave the baseball to Zhang Weili, and before she fought Joanna Jacek, and you probably heard that you are her favorite fighter. So what do you think about Zhang Weili? Do you think she will win her title back again?
I think she's going to do whatever she needs to do to be able to get it done. I'm going to be real. Yep. I think that she's a smart person. I think that she's got enough heart and enough will to do what she has to do. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I got a lot of respect for the female divisions, and it's not easy doing what they do, and it's not easy doing what us males do. So I got a lot of props for people who push it to the limits, especially Zhang and Rose.
So it's not easy to be a champion, right?
It is not easy to be a champion. I even met GSP, and I gave him respect too, because at 170 pounds, he was the guy that I was after. I was after him for the longest time. He was my target, and I got to meet him, and then that all went away, man, because he came up to me and he said, "What's up, champ?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, this dude's calling me champ, and he's the fucking champ. This guy's the one that defended the belt how many fucking times?" But to see at that high level of humility and to be able to understand that discipline, that martial arts discipline, it brought me back to where I needed to go from. Yeah, dude, it was really, not a lot of people have Bushido or that kind of code or that fight ethic. And the people that do have it, they hold on to it. And Zhang's one of them, I'm one of them. You have GSP, you know, Rose just fought Zhang the other day. And you have a lot of up and coming fighters that see that and they need to see it so they can go back out there and demonstrate it. Not just see it and just kind of be like, oh, that's cool. No, they want to see that and they want to keep passing it forward. So I'm lucky, and I'm lucky to be a part of that.
Okay, so is that GSP introduced Freddie Roach to you?
Yeah, he came in. I was actually working with Coach Freddie, and
Wow.
it was funny how it happened. Yeah. But I didn't even recognize him when he walked in. I was actually in shock. I don't ever get fanboyed or nothing, but for a second there, I didn't know what to say except for oh shit, hey, it's you. It was a cool moment, man. Like I said, I don't get too often like that, but it was really nice to be able to see somebody at that high of a level and then enjoying retirement. That's the other part, is enjoying his retirement.
Yeah, it's a legendary fighter meets legendary coach. And, you know, GSP had said that there's three kinds of MMA fighter, warrior, martial artists, and athletes. And you're absolutely that kind of a martial artist. It's very good to see that you still have great passion about the mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I love mixed martial arts, man. It's one of the things that helped pave or just be able to support my family, be able to support my team as far as like emotionally and physically, and then just financially be able to do something with it, of all the athleticism that I have, you know, all the time that I spent on the mat in the wrestling, on the baseball field, in the football field, earning my belts, all of that, it all comes down to what we do with it. And hearing you talk about how everybody enjoys it, that's cool. That's what I like to hear, and so is my team, man. It makes a big difference.
Okay, that's all my question. Again, thanks for your time, Tony. Good luck to your Saturday.
Hey, thank you, Chester. I appreciate you, homie.